Shalom Israel, Yahba Shem Shah Rocket Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shem Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, and this is the Wednesday night law class. I'm gonna be holding it down for Priest Officer of 1,000, not desire. You understand? So tonight we gonna get into the dietary laws and what Paul actually meant. Slacking, not Paul. What Peter actually meant in Acts the 10th chapter. Right now, we do understand that the Israelites of antiquity, right, which is today would be your so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You understand? We had certain laws, certain statutes and commandments to uphold. You understand that govern our people as a nation, right? And there were certain things that we were not permitted to do, and certain things that we were permitted to do, and certain things that we had commandments to do. You understand, right? And a big misconception about the laws in the Bible in the Christian church is that the laws are done away with. Understand? And I'm gonna prove that emphatically. But more than that, we're gonna talk about a certain specific portion of the law, right? The dietary law. Now, when you go to these Christian churches, right, and you ask them, is the law done away with? They'll say, we not up under the law, we up under grace, right? Now, I'm gonna break down what it means to be up under grace, as well as what it means to be under the law. You understand? Now, Christians will tell you all day long that uh, God is okay with people eating pork. You understand? When that's not true at all. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that God is okay with blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans eating unclean animals, which a pig, understand, categorized as swine is an unclean animal. Yabba Shemal Shabrakatash Ball, sir, the water for tapping in, right? So we gonna get into it. Let's get into it. Let's go to Yabba Shemal Shabrakatah, Matam Yad, the water for tapping in. Let's go to first of all, let's break down Leviticus, the 11th chapter. You understand? Because a lot of people don't understand Leviticus, the 11th chapter, due to the Christian church not actually telling you, you understand, that the law is in effect today. So you won't get a thorough breakdown of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. A lot of Christians, you understand, have never even heard that the Lord did not want the children of Israel or people that worship the God of the Bible to not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, etc. You understand? Okay, we gonna break down Leviticus the 11th chapter, and then we gonna go into the New Testament to show you. You understand that not only is the law of adultery still in effect today, the law of murder. You understand? And all of the rest of the 600 plus laws in the Old Testament. But Christians have got it wrong with what you can and what you can't eat. You understand? So, Salakia, we're going to go ahead and break down Leviticus, the 11th chapter. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye may eat, Salaki, which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. You understand? So now, the Lord is telling Moses, right? Go talk to the children of Israel and instruct them what animals that they can eat that are on planet Earth. You understand? Verse 3, whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. You understand? So you have two characteristics of a land animal that you can't eat. An animal who parts the hoof, you understand, and is cloven footed, such as the animal of a cow. It's like it's such of the foot of a cow. You understand? A sheep, a goat, a ox, a deer. All of these animals have cloven foots. You understand? And the purpose for these animals to have cloven foots is okay. An animal with a cloven foot, right? It has a protector over the foot. You understand? Over the actual toes of the animal. So this animal can be prone to diseases as it is walking to and fro in the wild or wherever habitat that it is in. You understand? So it don't scratch up his feet and catch diseases, you understand, and infections and bacteria because it has a protective covering over the foot. You understand? That's what that cloven foot animal, that's why the feet are designed how they are designed, because the Lord wanted this animal to be a clean and to wild animal for the children of Israel to be able to eat, you understand, without getting sick and dying from one of these animals. You understand? Right? And also the second characteristic, and Salaki, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Now, an animal that chews the cud, this is talking about the digestive system of an animal. You understand? Like a cow, a sheep, or a goat, you understand? They chew their food up, right? And their food gets processed throughout their digestive system, which they have like probably like 5, 6, 7 compartments in their stomach, to where it passes through these certain compartments in their stomach, and then they regurgitate it up. You understand? And chew on that. You understand? And all of this is being done because the animal's body, as far as how it digests its food, is getting all the waste out of the food as far as chewing the cud. When they say chew the cud, that means the animal regurgitates the food after it passes through the process of its stomach. It basically throws the food back up in its own mouth, chews it more, you understand, to be able to get rid of all the toxins that may be in this food, as well as certain enzymes in the different compartments of these stomachs of this animal that helps to break down the food more, you understand, to get more of the waste out of the food, right? So the animal has to have be cloven footed, you understand. It has to have a part hoof like this, you understand, and it has to chew the cud. It has to have the right digestive system, you understand, as well as the proper protection of his feet, you understand, while it's walking to and fro, right? Verse 4, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. So now there are certain animals that chew the cud and divide the hoof, and or divide the hoof, you understand, that you can't deal with. You understand? And the Lord is going to show you why, right? Salakia, middle of verse 4. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. You understand? So a camel is unlawful because the animal of a camel has the proper digestive system. You understand? But it doesn't have the proper protection of its feet, as far as it being a parted hoof, cloven footed animal. You understand? So it's unclean unto us. Now, animal that is clean to you, as far as like a land animal, they have to have both of these characteristics. You understand? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna get into tuna in a hot second, but yeah, tuna is unclean. It's unlawful. You understand? and a number of other fish. I'm gonna get into that in a hot second. But yeah, tuna is unclean, absolutely, right? So the land animal has to have both of these characteristics, all right? Verse 5, and the coney, because he divided, Salaki, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. A coney is like a small rabbit. You understand? It's like a small rabbit, right? Because that coney cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. That coney chews the cud, but it don't divide the hoof, so it's unclean to you. You understand? Now, I'm gonna stop right there for a hot second. Now, a lot of brothers and sisters in the South, you understand, they actually eat rabbit, right? I had a teacher that was from Texas. You understand? I forget what grade. I forget what grade I was in, but he used to tell us about the stories of him coming up in Texas. You understand? Because us being from California, he came up in a totally different way. You understand? Salakia. Yeah, Salakia. So this teacher, you understand, he used to give us stories of him as a child, you understand, and a lot of the stories that he would tell us about was the type of food that they ate. And him being from Texas, being from the country of Texas, you understand, not like the countryside of Texas, he wasn't a brother from Dallas or Houston, you understand, or Austin, Texas, or nothing like that. He was like from like rural areas and countries. You understand? He grew up in the country down there in Texas. He grew up on a farm. So one of their delicacies, him growing up on a farm, you understand, they used to eat rabbits. You understand? Which is totally unlawful. And a quick sidebar, so like I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'm gonna get into where rabbits in America and rodents in America in general, how they got here, because they're not native to America. You understand? Salaki. Uh, verse 6, and the hare, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. The hare, you understand? I know all y'all remember the story of the hare and the tortoise. You understand? A hare is like a bigger rabbit. You understand? Of course, he chewed the cud, but he don't have the right feet, so he's unclean to you, right? Salaki. Verse 7, and the swine. You understand? We all know what a swine is. Swine is a pig, a boar. You understand? Whatever type of animal that fits in the category of a pig, you understand, or in the same family of a pig, that's swine. You understand? Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, he has the right feet. You understand? He has the right protection on his feet, right? Yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. You understand? That swine does not chew the cud. You understand? They don't have the proper digestive system for that animal to be clean unto you. Now, a lot of people in the world, when you tell them that you don't eat pork, you understand, they think you're a Muslim, right? And I don't just go and say, nah, I practice dietary laws. If you ask me why I don't eat pork, I just be like, I mean, if you ask me if I eat pork, I'm gonna just be like, nah. If you ask me if I'm a Muslim, I'm gonna just say no. And then usually the next question is, oh, you must don't eat pork because it's an animal that eats anything and blah 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 and all that. No, that's not why I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork because it don't have the right characteristics that the Lord gave animals that are clean to the Israelites. You understand? That's why we don't eat pork. It's not because a pig will eat any goddamn thing. Nah, that's not why. You understand? It's not because a pig don't have sweat glands and all of this type of stuff. Nah, we ain't looking into all of that. You understand? We don't eat pork for the simple fact that Leviticus, the 11th chapter and the 7th verse, tells us that pork is not clean for us to eat or consume. You understand? Because it don't have the right characteristics that the Lord put on clean animals for the children of Israel to be able to eat. You understand? Salakia. Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. You understand? We not even supposed to touch their dead carcass. You understand? Because they unclean to us, and we damn sure can't eat them. You understand? Verse 9, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. So anything that comes out of the water, you understand, that's has fins and scales, is tawab for the children of Israel to eat. Now, a lot of people, Matam Yah, you mentioned tuna, you understand? Of course, tuna is unclean, but uh, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, tuna, they have micro scales, and you can't really see them like that." Well, check this out, right? Moses is sitting up here talking to the children of Israel before technology is even thought of. You understand? They didn't have no damn magnifying glass for you to see these scales. You understand? If I seen the damn animal, look at it how Moses is looking at it. If he get a fish out that ocean and he don't got to take the scales off of it, he not messing with it. You understand? If it's a fish that come up out that sea, you understand, and you need a goddamn magnifying glass to see the scales on that fish is unlawful because Moses didn't have no damn magnifying glass. Moses seen these fish with the naked eye, you understand, and determined if they were clean or unclean. Now, you got fish like anchovies and sardines that are very small fish. Now, when you look at what's going on in the processing plants of them putting these fish in cans, you understand, you would know that anchovies and sardines, you understand, they both have scales. They have to take the scales off of these fish before they put them in those cans. You understand? So anchovies and sardines are lawful, but fish like swai or sway, some people call it, that's like equivalent to a catfish. A catfish is unlawful. You understand? A shark is nothing but a big unlawful fish. You understand? Because it swims in that water and it has no scales. You understand? Shrimp, crab, lobster, you understand? Shrimps, they have fins, but they don't have scales. Crabs, they don't have none of that. You understand? Lobsters, they don't have none of that. You understand? Mussels, oysters, they don't have scales and fins. So it's unlawful for the children of Israel to eat that. Now, a lot of these Christians, they go to Acts the 10th chapter, when I'm going to break that down emphatically for y'all in a minute to show you that Acts the 10th chapter is not talking about animals. You understand? And I'm going to show you that Christ said the law is not done away with. You understand? Until heaven and earth pass. And the scriptures say the earth abideth forever. You understand? So we going to always be up under these dietary laws. If America would have knew the dietaries of the law, the dietary laws of the Bible, you wouldn't have no COVID-19. And I'm going to show you why in a hot second, right? Salakia. Verse 10, and all that have not fins and scales in seeds and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, You understand? Mushrooms is unclean. You talking about the fungus mushrooms? If you talking about the fungus mushrooms, nah, them tawab to eat. You understand? Grasshoppers is tawab to eat too. I'm gonna show you that in a hot second. You understand? But mushrooms are clean. Mushroom is vegetation. That's not an animal. You understand? And a grasshopper, I'm gonna show you why a grasshopper is clean to eat. You understand? Salakia. And quick sidebar too, if y'all got any questions on topic, Baba Kasha, go ahead and throw them in the chat. The water matam yah for the question, you know what I'm saying? But once again, mushrooms, that's vegetation or fungus, you understand? That's clean. That's, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you should know which mushrooms to eat because a lot of them are poisonous, you understand? But and grasshoppers are lawful as well, all right? Salakia. Of all that move in the rivers and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Now, verse 9 and 10, this is the Lord telling you, you understand, back to back, twice through the mouth of Moses, you can't eat nothing in that water that don't have scales and fins. That's verse 9. Number 10 says, if you eat anything in that water that don't have scales and fins, that's an abomination unto you. That's twice. Verse 11, they shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. That's 3 times. 9, 10, and 11. The Lord told you that it's an abomination for you to eat shrimp, crab, and lobsters. Verse 12. Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. That's 4 times that the Lord told you that you should not be eating oysters, mussels, shrimps, crabs, lobsters. You understand? Clams, right? Any other shellfish. You understand? And the rest of that weird stuff. A lot of these Moabites eat. No, you can't eat no goddamn calamari, which is squid. You understand? Now you can't eat no what's it called? The blowfish. That blowfish that them damn I don't know if they Ammonites or Moabites, you understand, but they come from one of those families. They love to eat that poisonous blowfish and pufferfish, you understand, that don't have no scales, you understand, because scales protect fish from diseases. You understand? Just like a cloven-footed animal that walks on planet Earth is prone to diseases as far as through the feet, you understand? Those scales protect that fish from being disease ridden. I heard that some mustard has oyster as an ingredient. I mean, madam ya, the best thing that you can do when you go to the grocery store is read the ingredients of the stuff that you buying. You understand? Like it's a lot of different things that the damn devil has put in our food. You understand? And a lot of stuff you gonna miss. You understand? This is why the scripture I'm gonna pull that in a second. What's done in the shambles? You understand? Don't too much worry about that. You understand? Of course, you'll go to McDonald's, right? You're gonna eat a lawful all beef patty hamburger, but that that hamburger probably was cooked on a damn grill with pork on it. You understand? And the reason why the Lord told us what's done in the shambles, you understand? I'm gonna get that verse in a second, is because He understands this oppressor that's over us is the devil. Also, the Lord said we was gonna eat our bread defiled. You understand? Of course, we're not gonna do it on purpose. You understand? We're not going like I remember not too long ago we was down there in Southern California, you understand? And big shout out to Captain Quan Wall. He took us to a taco truck, you understand, or like a little taco spot, and it was me, Officer Kassar Bakad, and I believe Natazab. Yeah, me, Officer Kassar Bakad, and Natazab, you understand? It was us four. So we went out, you know what I'm saying, got some tacos, and Matam Ya, what is called El Pastor, the thing with the pineapple on the top of it with the meat. You understand, like that they cook on an open flame, and it's like on it's like on a spinner or something like that. I believe it's called El Pastor, but that's pork. You understand? And what the Ishkarite brother was doing was he was dipping the tortillas in the juice that was coming off of his meat. And I noticed it. I'm like, hold on, bro. Like, yeah, Al Pastor. Yeah, right. I noticed it. I'm like, hold on, bro. Like what is that? That's pork. He like, dude, trying to like tell us like, nah, it's not pork. Woo, woo. I'm like, what's that meat? He like Al Pastor. I'm like, yeah, that's pork. We don't want our tortillas dipped in the juice of that meat that's coming off of there. He was like, okay, he was cool about it and stuff. But yeah, we had to tell Captain Quan like, so like get Cap like that's pork he dipping that in. Now, of course, this is us knowing that this is pork. You understand? Yeah, right. Just yeah, kind matam ya. Just like a lot of these burrito trucks and taco trucks, they make they refried beans with lard, which is pork fat. You understand? Yeah, but Cap was like, yeah, most high Christ, y'all niggas seen that shit. You feel me? Excuse my French, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers probably didn't know that they was doing that. You understand? But we caught it, understanding, of course, you know, we Judites up here in Northern California, we you know what I'm saying, we mess with Ishkarite food, you know what I'm saying? Tough. So I knew what to look for, you understand, when I seen it, right? But Salakia, reading on verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. Now, a fowl is a bird. You understand? The Lord already explained to us land animals, right? Then he explained to you what you can eat that comes out of the waters. Now he's finna get in the birds. You understand? And it's really no, like, it ain't no stipulations on the birds. The Lord is finna name the birds that He don't want you to deal with. Period. You understand? There's no characteristics of bird. I mean, it is a characteristic of birds, but you got to understand these birds to understand the characteristics of these birds, right? Salakia. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, you understand? Of course, everybody knows what an eagle is, right? The ossifrage, you understand? The ossifrage is like a raven. You understand that eats so like I know it's like a vulture that eats the food out of the waters. Like it might fly all the way down and come eat a fish out the water. All of the birds that we can't eat, you understand, are birds of prey. Birds that will fly down, you understand, and eat a live insect. You understand? The birds that are lawful, I'm gonna get into that after I read all of these, right? The osprey, I believe, Salakia. Because there's a lot of birds in here that brothers might not be familiar with, so I'm gonna just go ahead and break them all down. Osprey is basically a river hawk, you understand, or a hawk that comes down and eat fish. All right. So we got Salakia. Yeah, that's the osprey. Salakia. The ossifrage is a bearded vulture. You understand? This is a vulture. It got like some little hairs up under his beak that actually looks like a beard. You understand? Salakia. Reading on. And the vulture, verse 14, and the kite after his kind. The kite, I believe, is one of those animals that also eats fish out of the water. A kite is reminiscent of an eagle. You understand? Something like an eagle, right? Salakia. Every raven after its kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo. The cuckoo bird, I believe, that's one of those birds that eat fish out the water as well. But all of these birds, all of these birds are birds of prey. You understand? Birds that eat live animals. You understand? Salakia. Most High in Christ, Matam Yah, I definitely appreciate you, brother. Salakia. And the hawk after its kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl. Cormorant. A cormorant is like a cormorant is one of those birds that actually feeds on water animals as well. You understand? A lot of these animals, well, not a lot of them, all of these birds, they come down to the ground or in a tree or whatever, and they eat stuff like small rodents. You understand? Turtles. All right. Some of these animals eat baby alligators. You understand? They eat fish. You understand? So like I'm gonna keep going. And the swine. A swine is, of course, a actual regular swine. You understand? Those birds that swim on top of water. You understand? Which would be a swan, geese, or a goose. You understand? Ducks is unlawful. so forth and so on that fit in those categories. So like those categories of birds. You understand? And the pelican. You understand? The pelican, the bird with the big mouth that go on the water and eat the fish out of the water. Once again, these is all prey birds. You understand? Salakia. And the gear eagle and the stork. A stork. I believe that's one of those other birds that come down and eat out of the waters. You understand? Y'all can look up these birds and see look up the birds and they diets, and all of them eat around like basically the same things. You understand? They eat insects, they eat other small baby birds. You understand? They eat tortoises, they eat fish. You understand? Small rodents, things of that nature. All right. The heron after her kind, and the lapwing. The lapwing is another type of bird that does that. You understand? And the bat. Now, if America, you understand, enforce the dietary laws, if China enforced these dietary laws that was in the Bible, you wouldn't get COVID-19. You understand? Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 19 would have prevented COVID-19. You understand? The Lord said we can't eat bats. You understand? And it's widespread knowledge that COVID-19 started from some goddamn Asians, you understand, eating bats and all type of other abominations, right? Verse 20, all fowls that creep going upon all four shall be an abomination unto you. You understand? These are birds of prey. They come down, you understand, looking for food to eat, you understand, live food. The Lord said these shall be abominations unto us, all right? Verse 21, yet these may ye eat of every flying thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. You understand? Matam Yah, you asked about grasshoppers. This is talking about grasshoppers. I'm going to read on. You understand? Even these of them ye may eat. You understand? The locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind. Remember, John the Baptist, you understand, he was in the wilderness eating locust and wild honey because John the Baptist kept the dietary laws. You understand? And of course, you know what I'm saying, he was a brother that just wanted to serve the Lord. You understand? Of course, he fell out of the truth, but that's a whole nother breakdown. You understand? But John the Baptist, he ate locusts and wild honey. You understand? Marie 22 from the top. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind. So locusts are lawful and beetles are lawful. And look, Matam Yah, at the end of verse 22, and the grasshopper after his kind. You understand? The grasshopper is lawful, thus saith Leviticus, the 11th chapter, and verse 22. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. So if it's not a locust, a beetle, or a grasshopper, and it's a flying, creepy thing, you understand, like a butterfly or a moth, you understand, or a fly, you understand, a gnat, all of those things are abominations. A bee, you can't eat a goddamn bee. That's an abomination. You understand? Salakia. Verse 24. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. You understand? So now, if you got an unclean animal that ends up coming on your land, you understand, or on your property, and it passes away, right, or it's dead, and you got to move the carcass on your own, you understand? We tawab to pick up the animal and move his carcass, but after that, we go in there, we supposed to go wash our clothes, you understand? Go get in the shower, you understand? And you're gonna be unclean until the nighttime, you understand? Or until the next day, which is the nighttime, you understand? Reading on, Salakia. Verse 25. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. Like I just said, you got to go wash your clothes, take a shower, you understand? And then the Lord is going to pronounce you clean when the even time comes, right? Verse 26. The carcass of every beast which divided the hoof and is cloven footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean to you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. Salakia. Everyone that touches them shall be unclean. Verse 26. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whosoever toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the even. You understand? So, an animal that goes on his four paws is a cat. You understand? Or a dog. You understand? Or any animals that fit in those two categories. A damn hyena, you understand? A lion, a leopard, you understand? Even a damn bear goes on all four paws. Those are unclean unto us. You understand? You see Esau, he loved hunting. You understand? I've seen many, like, quick sidebar. One of the things that I like to watch on YouTube is Caucasian men being in a natural state of mind, so I can actually see what type of things that my enemies naturally indulge in. You understand? And what they love is they love eating abominations. You understand? I didn't seen them eat beavers. You understand? I didn't seen them eat bears. I didn't seen them eat seals. You understand? Sea lions, all type of stuff. You understand? And it's fascinating to me to know how disgusting these people are. But this is who blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians want to be just like. You understand? You want to be like your slave master that will go down to the woods somewhere and go kill a bear, skin it. You understand? And fry it up and put it in some damn stew or make some beaver chili. You understand? What's that Jewish man named Andrew Zimmern? You understand? Go watch Bizarre Foods. You understand what the Jewish dude Andrew I just said his name, Andrew Zimmerman or something like that. You understand? Yeah, nasty hillbillies. It ain't even just the hillbillies, madam yard. It's all of them. You understand? They eat all type of weird abominations, and it's fascinating to me. I love them. I love to see them in a right state of mind. You understand? So I can show people this is not how you want to be. You understand? These people are strange. Salakia. Understand? But that goeth upon all fours. You understand? That cat, you understand? That dog, you understand? Them bears, you understand? Anything that they cooking in that Chinese restaurant, you understand? And there used to be a myth for a long time that Chinese and Asian people ate rats and dogs and cats and stuff like that. Now you can literally go online right now and look at them in a natural state, you understand? In they homelands, you understand? They literally eat dogs. You understand? They will literally catch a dog. Them Africans too. Them Africans call it bushmeat. Yeah, right. They do eat alligator. Not only do they eat alligator, Matam, they eat snakes. You understand? They eat eels. It's some stuff down there in the Florida Everglades. What was it called? They call them I want to say they call them swamp mice, swamp rodents, but it's literally a big ass rat. Excuse my French, you understand? In the damn Everglades of Florida that they hunt and take home and eat them. You understand? Salakia. It's disgusting as hell, right? Verse 28. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. Verse 29. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping animals that creep upon the earth. The weasel, you understand? Oh, yeah, 1968. You know what I'm saying? Shalom Lord Christ, 1968, the water for tapping in. You definitely right. They eat people. You understand? Salakia. Jeffrey Dahmer, you understand? He ain't the first one. He ain't gonna be the last one. You understand? Salakia. Uh Salakia. The weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind. They eat turtle soup down there in the south too. They eat weasels and mouses. That's what they was doing in Rome. They was eating rodents in Rome. They was eating rats in Rome. You understand? And that's that. And another quick sidebar. This is how I believe the settlers That's what they call them, settlers. We call them the devil that the Bible speaks of. In the 1500s, they brought over pigs and rabbits and all this type of stuff because this was the food that they was accustomed to eating. You understand? In about the 1700s, early 1700s, late 1600s, they started bringing all type of other stuff over here too, like the rats. You understand? They mouses, these weasels. You understand? They brought roaches over here. You understand? The white people like to call them water bugs. Nah, bro, that's a big ass roach in your damn house. Salakia. You understand? But they brought those over here as well. You understand? But Salakia, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind. You can't eat a weasel, a mouse, or a goddamn turtle. And the ferret, a ferret ain't nothing but a long ass rat. Excuse me. You understand? And the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail. They got some stuff called escargot, which is literally a goddamn snail. You understand? A lot of our Caribbean brothers and sisters down there in Florida and the Bahamas, you understand, they eat something called conch, which is literally a water snail. This is an abomination unto you. We shouldn't even be eating this type of stuff. But we learned this from our slave master. You understand? Salakia. And the mole, another type of rodent. Understand? These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them, when they be dead, shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be clean until the even. So it shall be cleansed. You understand? Salakia. And every earthen vessel wherein any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. So if these unclean animals fall in something that you use to work with, you understand? You got to wash that out. You understand? And if it's something that's made out of wood, you got to wash it out, and it'll be clean until the evening. But if a dead mouse or a dead rat, you understand, or a dead pig or something like that, any animal that's unclean fall into your bowl or to your cup, oh, you got to throw that thing away. That's what it means by break it. You understand? You got to throw it away. All right. Discard it. Right. Verse 34, of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean. And Salakia, of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every vessel shall be unclean, and everything whereupon any part of their carcass fall shall be unclean, whether it be oven or ranges of pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean and shall be unclean unto you. You understand? We ain't even supposed to use the damn pot or oven or any of that if any of these unclean animals come near it and touch it. You understand? Salakia, verse 36. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean. So if you got a fountain or pit that got a whole lot of water in it, you understand, the fountain or the pit is going to be unclean for a time. You understand? But the water, you understand, is going to be unclean. Right? The water that it touches is going to be unclean. Verse 37. And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. You understand? So if you plant some crops, you understand, and you go out to your fields and you see a dead mouse or a rodent or a pig or something on top of the crops that's you waiting to grow, you ain't got to dig the crop up, you understand, or dig the seed up. It's to why. Just go ahead and get that unclean animal about the way, and you good. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Let me jump down to what was that? Salakia, verse 38. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass shall fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. So now, if you got let's say this animal that's unclean died, you understand, before it died on top of the crops that you about to plant, you understand? And then it rained on this animal. Those seeds is unclean. That you can't use that. Discard that. You understand? Or water be poured on an animal. You understand? It's unclean. You understand? Salakia. Verse 39. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the even. You understand? You're gonna be unclean until the even for an animal that you can eat if it dies of itself. Verse 40. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever have more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them shall ye not eat, for they are an abomination. You understand? So, damn right, Matam Yah, Most High in Christ. You understand? So let me read that again. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, and whatsoever have more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them shall ye not eat, for they an abomination. You understand? So you can't eat a damn snake. You understand? That's what it means to go upon a belly. You understand? Those are snakes, right? And it say the animals that have more feet, the creeping thing that got more feet than everything else. This talking about a centipede or a millipede or a worm. You understand? Or what else? What else can I say? Centipede, millipede, worm, you understand? Different insects as far as like roaches and things of that nature. Those is unclean, you understand? You can eat, basically, I'm going to just give it to you like this. You can eat fish with scales and fins, you understand? You can eat animals that chew the cud and be cloven footed, you understand? And as far as insects, you understand? You can eat grasshoppers, beetles, and locusts. That's about it. You understand? Anything else is unclean unto you. You understand? Salakia. Verse 46, I'm jumping down to 46, and then I'm going to get into the topic a little bit more. This is the law of the beast and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. This is exactly what this law is for, to make a difference between the clean and the unclean, to tell the children of Israel what we can and what we can't eat. You understand? Salakia. Now, this is the law. You understand? Now, let's go to Matthew's, the 5th chapter, right? Matthew's, the 5th chapter, 17th verse. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. The water for the comments. I definitely appreciate it. Matam Yad, you already know you be rocking out. Most High Christ for you, brother. Salaki, the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. This is written in red. You understand? Christ said, don't think that I came to destroy the law. Don't think that I came on the scene to tell you that you don't have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. I ain't come to do that. I came to fulfill it. You understand? Meaning I came to enforce them. You understand? Salakia. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot, you understand, which is the smallest dot on the top of a lowercase I, you understand? It's like on the top of the lowercase I, or one tittle, you understand? Tittle, that crossing of a T, you understand? Shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, you understand, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Christ said, Nah, damn right, Madam Yah. You absolutely correct. You understand? I got some more that's gonna cut their ass too. Excuse me. You understand? But Christ said, now that like the smallest thing is not gonna pass from the law. You understand? Till heaven and earth pass. The Lord said the earth abideth forever. You understand? So like, let me get that. Use this phone real quick just so I can keep this right here. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 4. Like, yeah. Oh, tripping. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. You understand? The Lord said this earth is going to be around forever. You understand? A generation is going to come, is going to pass away, and another generation is going to come. But the earth is going to be here forever. Christ said, right? For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Meaning the earth is going to be here forever, so the law is always going to be in effect. You understand? Some Christian once told me I can pray over any food and I'll be too wild. Man, look, it's crazy. I've heard that before too, but I've been in the truth a short amount of time. You understand? Yeah, you're not going to find that in the Bible nowhere. You understand? Salakia. And Christ said also, verse 19 once again, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Like your Christian pastor is going to be a janitor in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, he gonna have Israelite supremacy. You understand? But he gonna live on the bottom totem pole. Just like you look at America today. You understand? All white people not rich. There's a whole lot of Caucasian people that are least in this kingdom of their heaven. You understand? Which if you a white dude and you live in a trailer trash, boy, you a two-time loser if you ask me. Salakia, you understand? You better get your crime game up. You understand? You better go ahead and do what your forefathers did to the max. You understand? Like the scriptures say, rejoice, O daughter of Edom. You understand? You're supposed to be living deliciously if you're a Caucasian man. I know if I was a Caucasian man, I would be trying to live deliciously during my time of being in heaven. You understand? And that's what I'm working for as an Israelite man. Salakia. You understand? But your Christian pastor, he gonna be a damn janitor or the manager at the store that's equivalent to Fry's Electronics or Walmart. You understand? When we get to the kingdom, you understand? Salakia. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? And this is what we striving for. We striving for greatness here in the ISUBK, Abundant Commandment General Yohana. This is why we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is why we tell you that you should keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Because this is required of us from the Lord. You understand? And this is going to get us salvation and get us on them chariots and live in a ruling body of Israel, you understand, over every other nation on planet Earth up under Christ. You understand? Salakia. Let's cut these Christians some more. Right? Let's go to Romans 6:1. Damn right, Matam Yad. It's gonna be a terrible day for sure. It's going to be a terrible day. The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 1. You understand? This is Paul talking, right? What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? You're probably gonna have better technology. I ain't gonna lie to you, Matam Yad. As far as technology, we going back to the Stone Ages. You understand? It ain't gonna be okay. That's for another breakdown. You know what I'm saying? But the kingdom of heaven is going to be nothing like America. You understand? We going back to the Stone Ages. There's not going to be no firearms. You understand? It's going to be brothers riding around on horses. You understand? With knives, you understand, on them, and daggers and all of this type of stuff. And we gonna live deliciously. You understand? Of course, we gonna live way better than we here today. But a lot of these things that we have in America, these oppressors have used technology to oppress people even further. You understand? So our kingdom, it's gonna be totally different. You understand? But Salakia, Romans 6:1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? This is Paul asking the children of Israel. Shall we continue in sin? You understand? Since grace exists, since we are up under grace, you understand? Since Christ died for our people, you understand, and died for the sins of the children of Israel, should we continue in sin? Verse 2. God forbid. You understand? Meaning, hell no, we shouldn't continue in sin. This is what Paul told the children of Israel in his time. You understand? Just like Commander General Yohana is telling brothers and sisters these days. Now you can't keep sinning. You got to change your way of life. You can't keep celebrating these holidays, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, all these abominations. You understand? Marrying heathens and so forth and so on. We can't keep doing that just because we're up under grace. That's like you spitting on Christ's grave. You understand? Middle of verse 2. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? You understand? We perishing because of sin. We getting murdered in the streets because of our sins. You understand? We die from all of these diseases because our sins. Like we dead because of sin. Why would we want to keep living in sin if sinning is causing us to die? You understand? This is what Paul is saying, right? Salakia, I'm gonna jump down to verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Now you got to understand what Paul is saying. Paul is not saying that we're not supposed to keep the law. He's saying, I'm going to read that again. Romans 6:14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Meaning, since the law is not being enforced on us, you understand? Since we not up under the law of I sleep with another man's wife, I have to die. You understand? Read on. But under grace, what then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid. So Paul is saying, since nobody is not going to kill you for sleeping with that man's wife, since nobody is not going to kill you for being a damn murderer, you understand? For being a drug dealer or what's another sin that's worthy of death? You understand? All the sins is worthy of death. I'm gonna get that in a second. But since you don't have nobody to stone you to death from being an adulterer or adulteress, you understand, or to basically sentence you to some type of punishment because of your sin, you understand? You shouldn't keep sinning because you have the free will to sin because we're not up under the law. You understand? This is what Paul is saying. I'm gonna read that again. Romans 6:14. For sin shall not have dominion over you. Sin should not have dominion over you. You should not be a sinner. This is what Paul is saying, right? For ye are not under the law, but under grace. You understand? Since you're not going to die from sinning, you understand, because you're under grace, you understand, you should still stop sinning. You understand? Because you got a pass right now. This is what Paul is saying. Since you got a pass right now and you thinking you can do whatever you want to because we have nobody else to enforce the law, you should still stop sinning, right? Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? So since nobody's enforcing law on you, you understand? Since nobody's going to kill you for sleeping with that other man's wife, should you keep sinning? You understand? And this is what Paul said. God forbid. Meaning, hell no, you shouldn't keep sinning. Meaning you need to change your ways and actually follow the law, even though you don't have nobody to enforce the law on you. You understand? When he's saying we not under the law, it's the same thing as a police officer. Like a lot of people in the black community that's older, you understand, they call police the law. Why do they call police the law? Because the police enforce the law. You understand? You sell drugs, you're going to jail. You murder somebody, you're going to jail. You understand? You kill a police officer, they're going to smoke you. You understand? Salakia, because they're enforcing the law. You understand? Paul saying, look, you're not up under the laws. You're not up under the law of if you sleep with another man's wife, then you have to be killed, or you got to be stoned to death. You understand? Or you supposed to be burned with fire. You understand? Since you're not up under that, you understand? You still should stop sinning. You understand? Just because we got grace and the Lord is giving us a pass right now, that don't give you the right to still keep sinning. This is what Paul is saying. You understand? So, Lockie, let's get into these let's get into what Peter saw. You understand? Let's get into I believe it's Acts the 10th chapter. You understand? Salakia. Go to Acts the 10th chapter. Because Acts the 10th chapter is a chapter that Christians love to use, you understand, to say that we can eat all of these abominations, you understand? Which I'm gonna show you that's not what that's talking about. All right. The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. So Cornelius, right? Him being a centurion, he was basically he was like a sergeant or a captain, you understand, or a chief of the police, you understand, at that time. He was a high-ranking officer, you understand, in the Roman army. That's what he was, you understand. And he lived in Caesarea, which was Caesarea was a Roman province, you understand, but it was in the land of Israel, you understand. Salakia. Verse 2, a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to people and prayed to God always. You understand? When it say this was a devout man, you understand? What to be devout is a brother that's zealous for the law. You understand? And the reason why he's a devout man and zealous of the law, because he knows that he's an Israelite. You understand? This is not a damn Roman. This is not some Caucasian man, you understand? Because over and over again, when you see the priests and prophets go out and speak, you understand, they was not even dealing with other nations of people. Christ said, look, go not into the way of the Gentiles, enter into the city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? Because Israel is the ones that kept these laws, statutes, and commandments. Israel is going to be the people that clings unto the Lord, you understand, wholeheartedly. Like the scriptures say, who has kept my precepts? It's only been the Israelites because we the only ones that was given his precepts. Excuse me. But verse 3, he saw in a vision, evidently about the ninth hour of the day, an angel of God coming in to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before God. So alms is basically doing charitable acts, you understand? Putting money up, you understand, or giving out money to people and putting together little programs and stuff to where you looking out for the people, you feeding and clothing people. That's what he was doing, you understand? This was a brother that kept the law, you understand? He prayed to the Lord all the time, you understand? And he looked out for his people, you understand? Salakia. Excuse me. Quick sidebar. Caesarea. This was not a Roman province, you understand, in Jerusalem. Caesarea was in Rome. You understand? Excuse me. You understand? But Caesarea was in Italy. You understand? So this brother would basically be called a Roman. You understand? By a Roman by citizenship, but he was an Israelite. All right. Salakia. Verse 4 once again. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before God. So the angel of the Lord getting at him like, bro, we see what you're doing. You understand? Like, you're a righteous brother, and the Lord is with you. You understand? He sees what's going on with you, and he see how you care about the children of Israel and how you keeping these laws and you want to be closer to the Lord to serve him. You understand? Verse 5. And now send men to Joppa, you understand, and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. Now, Joppa, I believe this land is called Jaffa today. You understand? I forget what it's called in Hebrew, right? But Joppa, this is a city of a Roman province in Israel. You understand? This is a city that's a part of the Roman province. You understand? That's in the land of Israel, right? So this angel of the Lord that came to Cornelius in a vision, he telling him to send a couple of his men to Joppa. You understand? Because it's a brother named Peter there. You understand? Peter lives in Joppa, right? Verse 6. He lodged with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea, Salaki, by the seaside. He shall Salaki, he shall tell thee what thou oughtest do. You understand? When it say he lodged with Simon, a tanner is somebody that deals in animal hides. You understand? They dry them out. You understand? They fix them up. If you ever dealt with an animal hide, you know that's tedious work. Just like a person that makes leather or things of that nature. You understand? But this is a brother that Peter is living with. He's living with another brother named Simon. You understand? That lives by the seaside. All right. Salakia reads verse 6 again. He lodged with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. You understand? So he basically telling him to send these brothers down there to go holler at Peter, so Peter can school him on how to serve the Lord. You understand? Because of course Peter is up under Paul. You understand? And Paul being up under Christ. All right. Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called two of his household servants, a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. Now, there you go, that word devout. Once again, you understand? Who was called devout? You understand? There were devout Jews, you understand, up under heaven, you understand? Being devout is being called basically a righteous man, you understand? A brother that's devoted to keeping the law, you understand? Salakia. Reading on. Verse 8. And when he had declared all these things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry, and he would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance. You understand? So Peter, you understand, him waiting for dinner, waiting for the people that he lodging with to cook dinner. He went up to the housetop and he went to go pray to the Lord. You understand? And Peter would have ate, but he fell into a trance, meaning he dozed off. You understand? And this is what the Lord showed him, right? Verse 11. And saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him. And it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth. Verse 12, wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. You understand? So as Peter is seeing this vision, you understand, he sees a big sheet, you understand, with all manner of four-footed beasts, you understand, that walk on planet Earth. You understand? He's seeing this in a vision, right? So like here. I'm going to read verse 12 again. Wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeping things and all fowls of the air. You understand? So he's seeing all type of animals, you understand, within this sheet, right? Verse 13. And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Verse 14. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. So this vision, Peter gets order or the okay to eat any one of these beasts that he wants, whether it be clean or unclean. And Peter said, no, I'm not doing that. You understand? Now, mind you, you got to understand, this is Peter, you understand, after Christ died. You understand? And Christ taught Peter and Paul exactly what they were supposed to do. You understand? So he like, nah, I'm not eating that because I don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I can't do that. I ain't never ate nothing unclean or common. You understand? When he's saying common, the common things that's lawful in this Roman Empire. You understand? What's common today? Common today is pork is the other white meat. Common today is shrimp Alfredo. You understand? Shrimp fried rice from these Chinese food spots. You understand? With the lobster sauce on the side. All of this is common today. You understand? Just like anything that they wanted to eat in the Roman Empire back in these times was common. You understand? And Peter was like, "La, I don't eat no abominations." You understand? Salakia. Verse 15. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, what God hath cleansed, call thou not uncommon. You understand? Now, rise, Peter, eat and kill. What God hath cleansed, that call thou, Salakia, that call not thou common. These two commandments, you understand, or these two orders are written in red. This is Christ talking to Peter in a vision. You understand? And he telling him, man, look, go ahead and eat these animals. You understand? They clean. It's tawab. You understand? Now, the Christians are going to use it to say you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. But watch this, right? Verse 16. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate. So now Peter is pondering on his vision, like, what the hell does this mean? Now, of course, he knows that the law is still in effect, and I cannot eat an unclean animal, thus saith the Lord. This is what Christ taught us. You understand? So Peter he's perplexed. He don't understand what this vision actually means. You understand? Reading on. Verse 18. And called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. So these brothers that Cornelius sent down there to go look for Peter's whereabouts, you understand? They came up to the house and was like, hey, is this where Peter stay at? Peter up in here? You understand? Verse 19. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee. Verse 20. Arise therefore and get thee down and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Verse 21. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius and said, behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come? So he like, look, I'm Peter, bro. I'm the one that y'all looking for. What's going on? Like, how can I help y'all? You understand? Now, mind you, Peter's still pondering on his vision. He don't even know what the vision is about for real. You understand? Reading on. Verse 22. And they said, Cornelius, the centurion, a just man, meaning he was a man that kept the law, meaning he was a Israelite man that kept the law, and one that feareth God, because the fear of the God is on the children of Israel. You understand? And of good report among all the nation of the Jews. Among good report of all, meaning this was a Tawab brother. He was a good brother. He ain't had no smut on his name. He had a good background. He was an upright, upstanding brother. You understand? Was warned from God by an holy angel to send from thee into this house. So like to send for thee into his house and to hear words of thee. So he like, man, look, nigga, Cornelius just sent us down here to get some guidance from you. You understand? So you can tell us how we supposed to be living. You understand? Salakia, verse 23. Then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow, Peter went, Salakia, and on the morrow, Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Jaffa accompanied him. You understand? So he allowed them to come into the house. You understand? They ate, they spent the night, and the next day, they went back to Caesarea with him. You understand? And a couple of brothers that lived in Jaffa, you understand, accompanied these men, you understand, along with Peter, right? Verse 24. And Salakia, And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. As Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshiped him. Verse 26. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I myself also am a man. So Peter being humble, you understand? He like, man, look, bro, you ain't got to sit down and bow down to me, man. I'm your brother, you understand? I'm a man just like you. So he picked him up like, bro, you ain't got to go, you ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Uh, Reading on, verse 27. And as he talked with them, he went in and found many that were come together. And he said unto them, Ye know how that is unlawful, that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. Now, understand what Peter is saying to him. He's saying, look, y'all get on like Romans. Y'all live like Romans. It's unlawful for me to come up to anybody or be cool with anybody that's of another nation. You understand? If you're not a Jew, you understand? I ain't even supposed to be dealing with you. You understand? Now watch this. The end of verse 28. But God have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. This vision that Christ sent Peter, you understand, about these unclean beasts, was talking about men. This was not talking about food. You understand? I'm going to read that again. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. You understand? I'm going to go back. I'm going to jump back up to verse 15. And the voice spake unto him again, the second time, what God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. You understand? And what Christ meant by this when he came to Peter in this vision is the Lord is going to save the whole children of Israel. Just like you from the land of Judea, you understand, and you a Jew and you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. All the rest of these brothers that don't live in the land of Judea, but they are of the scattered, you understand, of the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the Lord is going to pronounce them clean. And the Lord is going to pronounce them uncommon, you understand? And you should do the same thing. Meaning you should accept your brethren that didn't live by the law just like you. Because if you look at the history of Israelites that lived in Judea, if you wasn't circumcised, we wasn't dealing with you. We didn't give a damn if you was an Israelite. You understand? If you was a brother that ate pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, or to call yourself a Greek, you understand, or spoke Greek and lived by the Greek customs, we wasn't messing with you. You understand? The reason why Peter seen this vision, it was not about animals. It was about the people. It was about blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians coming back into the truth and being accepted by the Lord, you understand? Because he made us clean and he made us uncommon when we came back and kept these law, statutes, and commandments. So Acts the 10th chapter is not talking about food at all. You understand? Salakia. Let me get to I'm gonna run down this story of the sister and her 7 sons in the book of Second Maccabees. You understand? Let's go back to the book of Maccabees. The Maccabees were around the time of the Greeks. You understand? And the Greeks ruled before the Romans did. You understand? So let me get that. The book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6, right? It's Second Maccabees 6 and 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Now, during the time of the Maccabees, you understand, when the Greeks strengthened themselves, you understand, and had dominion over the earth at that time, of course, we was going to war with these Greeks, right? So now they made it unlawful for you to call yourself a Jew. They made it unlawful for you to keep your Sabbath days and your holy days and to live as a Jew. You understand? So during the time of the Greeks being a rulership, you couldn't tell somebody that, oh, I don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster because I keep the dietary laws of the Old Testament. They would have killed you. I keep the dietary laws in the Holy Bible. You would have died. You understand? Salagia. Let's go to Second Maccabees chapter 7. And it came to pass that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh and were tormented with scourges and whips. Now these 7 brothers and they mother, you understand, they was taken by the king, you understand, at that time to eat swine's flesh. And these brothers wouldn't do it, so they was tormented, you understand? Meaning they was beat, meaning they was tortured, you understand? It said with scourges and whips. Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, why wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than transgress the laws of our fathers. You understand? These brothers got at these Greeks like, look, bro, check this out. I don't even know why you even playing with us. I don't even know why you didn't call for us to come get down with y'all and eat this damn pig. You already know, man, we willing to die for this law. You understand? We willing to die to keep from sinning. You understand? Right? Verse 3. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. So this king was enraged. You understand? Hot by what this righteous and just and upright brother said to him. This brother said, look, check this out, dude. We don't eat pork, bro. We'd rather die. You understand? Shalom Yahba Shema Shabrakatah, not desire, sir. You understand? This brother was like, look, we ready to die rather than eat a damn piece of pig. This is way more integrity than your Martin Luther Kings or your Jesse Jacksons. These brothers were willing to die for this law. You understand? So the king got mad. You understand? He was enraged. And he ordered for cauldrons and pans to be heated up. You understand? A cauldron is like a big gumbo pot or something like that, as well as a pan. You understand? These is big pans, right? Verse 4, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. So look, he said, man, look, cut this dude's tongue off and cut off his limbs right in front of his mother. You understand? Because he don't want to eat this damn pork. We gonna kill him in the worst possible fashion in front of his damn family, right? Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us. As Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. Salakia. Salakia. Verse 5 again. Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, after they cut all his members off his body, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus. So they watched their brother get hit, all of his limbs chopped off. You understand? His tongue cut out his mouth, and they watched him be fried in a damn frying pan. They didn't deep fry this brother And these brothers talked to their mama and told her, look, moms, we gonna die like men versus eating this damn pig. You understand? So like in verse 6, the Lord looketh upon us and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declares, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. You understand? So they like just how Moses was zealous for this law. You understand? We're gonna be zealous for the law just like our forefathers. We not eating that pig. We ready to die right here today. You understand? After they just seen their brother limbs get cut off and his tongue cut out his mouth, right? And fried in the frying pan. Salaki. Verse 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? So the second brother, you understand, they brought him in and they scalped him. You understand? They took the skin off his head with the hair. And after that, they asked him, look, are you going to eat this pig before we do you even worse than what we're doing you right now? Are you going to eat this pig before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? So before we cut off all your limbs too, is you going to eat this swine? Is you going to eat these baby back ribs? You understand? Verse 8. But he answered in his own language and said, no, which is la'ah in the Hebrew. No, I'm not eating that. La'ah, right? Wherefore, he also received the next torment in order as the former did. They cut his limbs off, his legs and arms, and cut his tongue out. They scalped him and they fried him in a frying pan just like they did his brother. You understand? Verse 9. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. So he said, look, our king, you understand, Yahushua Mashiach, when he rises up and rules over planet Earth, he gonna raise us back up again. Yeah, y'all win right now. You know what I'm saying? You gonna kill me right now. I don't give a damn. But I'm coming back to rule over planet Earth. These brothers understood reincarnation. They understood that the children of Israel of the days of old are going to rule the world in the near future. You understand? Verse 10. Salakia. Salakia. Verse 10. After him was a third made a mocking stock. And when he was required, he put out his tongue and the right soon holding forth his hands manfully. So the third brother, he already know what's going on. So he stuck his tongue out for him and put his arms out. Like, yeah, go ahead and get busy. You know what I'm saying? Get down, do what y'all gonna do. But we ain't eating that swine. You understand? Slakia. Verse 11. And said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them. And from him I hope to receive them again. You understand? He said, I got these arms from the Lord. But for the law, I don't even give a damn about these arms. I don't even like my arms. Not as I don't like my arms to not keep the law. You understand? That's what he said. I hate these arms anyway. Go ahead and chop them off. You understand? Because the Lord is going to give me more arms. All right. Verse 12. And so as much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regained the pangs. Now, when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So they marveled at him, meaning they had respect unto this young brother. You understand? So they killed the third one Here come the fourth one. He's dead too. You understand? They're gonna kill him as well, right? Verse 13. Now when it's like it, verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said this: it is good being put to death by men to look for hope from God to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. You understand? Look, he understood. The Lord ain't finna raise you goddamn Edomites up again no more. This like when the Lord when judgment day come, you understand? When everybody is to be judged, when the children of Israel are to rule over planet Earth, and you Edomites serve your slavery, oh, it's over with. You understand? You're not coming back from that. You're gonna be eradicated. It's like it was verse 15. Afterward, they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou dost what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God. He like, man, look, you can do whatever you want to do right now. You got power over men. You could do whatever you want. You can kill anybody that you want to right now. But don't think our nation don't have the love of God. You understand? Salakia. Don't think that our nation and don't think that our nation is forsaken of God. Verse 17. But abide a while and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. He like, man, keep on doing what you're doing. You understand? Rejoice, O daughter of Edom. You understand? He gonna torment you and your children. You understand? Verse 18. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause, for we suffered these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us. He said, man, look, don't worry about it. I ain't tripping. You understand? We got to die because we sinned against our God. So go ahead and kill me because I'm going to take my punishment like a man. You understand? Uh, Salakia, verse 19. But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against God, that thou should escape unpunished. You understand? You killing the children of Israel, God's chosen people. Oh, you gonna be punished. You understand? Salakia. Verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her seven sons slain with the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Look, these brothers died because they didn't want to eat that pig. But now put yourself in that mother's shoes and see how great and courageous this sister was, because she watched all seven of her babies die, you understand, and knew that the Lord is going to have respect unto them for that. You understand? She had hope in the Lord still after the Lord allowed these goddamn Greeks to kill her babies because they would not sin against the law of God. You understand? Verse 21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courage, spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members, members of every one of you. Verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. Man, look, she talking to these brothers in Hebrew. I just read to you in the second Maccabees, the sixth chapter and the sixth verse. You couldn't even profess yourself to be a Jew. Here this sister is watching her sons get picked off, and she's for not eating pork, excuse me, you understand? And she stood with integrity and spoke to her boys in the Hebrew tongue, you understand, and told them to be courageous, and told them, you understand, that they doing a good deed and most high in Christ, you understand, Salakia, right? And told them, you gonna rise again because you died for the law. You understand? You died for the law of the Lord. You understand? Verse 24. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would, that he would make him both rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. So Antiochus, he thought that his mother was basically talking mess about the Greeks to them. You understand? When she giving him courage. Understand? So Antiochus the king, he like, man, look, check this out, bro. He thinking his mother then said all type of stuff to him, you feel me, to disrespect the Greeks. So he trying to come at him with a different approach. You understand? Look, bro, we gonna give you a whole lot of money. I'm gonna make you rich, and you gonna have any type of thing that you want in this empire. Just please eat this pig. You understand? Salakia. It said, and trust him with affairs, meaning he was gonna have some rank in that society. He was gonna be on top of a lot of people. You understand? He was gonna be in the political body of Greece. You understand? Salakia. He was gonna be in politics. You understand? Make him a mayor of a city or something like that. You understand? Verse 24. But when a young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. So when this young brother wasn't dealing with this Greek king, you understand, and listening to what he was trying to tell him about him making him rich and a wealthy man and putting him in politics, he tried to come to his mother and have her coach him to listen to what he said. You understand? Verse 27. But she bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this matter. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee upon and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and earth, and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not. And so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. Look, this sister, man, she telling this brother, man, look, check this out. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor and die like a man. You understand? You seen all of your brothers get mangled. You understand? Arms and limbs cut off, fried in frying pans. You understand? Teeth come out. You understand? So yeah, the book of Second Maccabees, the whole 7th chapter. Just read the whole 7th chapter. You understand? And the book of Second Maccabees, the whole 6th chapter as well. All right. Salakia. Yeah, so she's saying basically, man, look, don't fear this oppressor. You understand? Go in and die like a man, and Lord willing, I'll get another son like you in my next lifetime. You understand? Right? Salakia. Verse 30. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers. And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God. For we suffer because of our sins, and through the living Lord be angry with us a little while, so like, and though the Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at once again with his servants. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy head against the servants of God. Man, look, this young brother was vicious. You understand? He told his mama, you ain't even got to tell me what to do. I'm willing to die for this law. You understand? Because I love the Lord. You understand? And then he turned to this Greek king, this Grecian king. You understand? And basically told him like, look, you got it right now. You understand? The Lord is mad at us. We being punished by you goddamn heathens. You got it right now. You understand? But eventually, the Lord is going to be with his servants again. You understand? And it ain't going to be no torment put on us ever again. But you gonna receive the wrath of God. You understand? And y'all gonna be destroyed, and it ain't gonna be nothing nice. You understand? Verse 35. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty God, who seeth all things. For our brethren, whom now have suffered a short pain, are under God's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of God, shall receive just punishment for thy pride. This young brother just watched his six brothers be killed before him for a small thing of not eating pork. You understand? And he said, look, we're gonna receive the gift of everlasting life because we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. But you gonna be destroyed because of your pride. Because you think you God and you think you got the children of Israel in your hands and you can do whatever the hell you want to do with us. You understand? The Lord is going to destroy your whole nation for this. And you ain't getting no everlasting life. You getting everlasting death. You understand? Salakia. Verse 37. But I, as my brethren, offer my body and life for the laws of our gods, beseeching God, the laws of our fathers, beseeching God that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God. Verse 38. And that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease. Then the king, being enraged, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures. Man, come on, man. These brothers suffered, you understand, and died just because they wouldn't eat a piece of pig. Your Christian pastor not doing that. You understand? They don't have the integrity of these brothers that you can find in this Bible. You understand? Of the priests and prophets of the Lord that the Lord put his spirit on. I'm gonna grab a couple of more scriptures, you understand? And then I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Proverbs 3 and 31, of course. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. These brothers didn't envy the oppressor. They didn't envy the damn Greeks. You understand? They didn't choose the ways of these Greeks and these Romans and want to indulge in their holidays. Not only that, the youngest brother, he didn't even like he was offered money. You understand? He was offered happiness, wealth. Yahweh Shamar done by Hashem Shah says. You understand? He was offered a place in the political system to where he can be over affairs and all of that type of stuff. But he didn't break. You understand? He sat back and died, you understand, like a man, just like his brothers before him. You understand? Salakia. What I want. Revelations 14 and 12. The book of Revelations is the last book of the Bible. You understand? Let's read what Revelations 14 and 12 says. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. You understand? These brothers were blessed because they died in the Lord. You understand? They would not eat that pork and they died, and they are going to be blessed by the Lord because of their integrity. You understand? Because these brothers understood that they had an oath, you understand, to keep. You understand? Read on. Yea, saith the Spirit Salakia. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Salakia, that was Revelations 14 and 13. You understand? I'm gonna read verse 12, Salakia. But that was the Spirit of the Lord. That verse 13 had came out before 12. Now I'm gonna read verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. You understand? Or the faith of Yahweh. This is the saints. This is what the saints do. You understand? We keep these statutes and commandments. You understand? As said, as commanded in the Old Testament, and told about the gifts what you gonna get. You understand? If you keep them in the last book. You understand? In the New Testament. Verse 13 again. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. You understand? Salaki, I'm gonna get a couple of more. What I want. Revelations 12 and 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. That dragon is talking about the Caucasian man. You understand? Your Greeks, your Romans, these Spaniards, the so-called Jewish man. That is the dragon. You understand? That's that great red dragon that's spoken about in the book of Revelations. You understand? These Caucasian nations, that devil, that snake, you understand, in the Garden of Eden, the deceiver. You understand? That's that great red dragon, right? Salakia. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, talking about the children of Israel, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. You understand? These Edomites, they've been making war with us. You understand? We just read about it in the book of Maccabees. You understand? On top of that, and when after the Greeks ruled, you understand, the Romans, they made war with us for keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Salakia. I have one more Revelation. Revelations 22 or 14. The book of Revelations, chapter 22, the very last chapter in the New Testament. You understand? Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. You understand? This is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Blessed is they that keep the commandments. You understand? With that being said, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latham by Hashem Yahweh to the sisters. Them dietary laws is in effect right now. You understand? And all the rest of the other laws are in effect right now. Don't let the Christian church fool you, man. Shalom.